Hi, it's Rhonda. Good morning. I just wanted to tell you I had another vision I had, and it was very similar to another one I had um, about COVID. I had it about a year and a half. It was in the summer before we got the COVID hit here in the United States. The first time it was I've written it on my pages, and this one last night was eerily similar. But anyway, the first one was it was during the day, and I often have visions during the day also, and yes, I'm used to it. I've had them most of my life, and I have them daytime, nighttime. They're visions. They're not just dreams or something because I'm very aware of them and I remember them and I wait for them to happen. But anyway, I waited for this one and it took a year and a half, but it happened. So I was standing in the bedroom folding clothes, and all of a sudden I sensed like molecules around me, and I I started to see these little things out of the corner of my eye, like things from nature, like little bugs. I saw ladybugs and all these tiny little bugs and things flying around, and they were just like flying around in the air, like all over the place. Like they didn't take up every space, but they were all over the place. And I was looking around like, what the hell? And I was like trying to blink them away, like go away. And they weren't hurting me or touching me, but they were bothering me. Like, what is this? And it was something I knew it was something from nature, and because they were all little bugs and things like this, and I just was. This went on for about 5 days, off and on. And when I would go to sleep, they would, go away. But then when I would wake up during the day, they would kind of pop up again, and it was driving me kind of crazy. And I I sensed they were from nature, and they were in the air. They were in the air, and they were like we'd be breathing them in. They'd be everywhere, and it was bad. And if I can't get rid of something, it's bad because I know how to get rid of like entities that come in the house or anywhere or in my visions or dreams, or if something follows me, which happens all the time, like something will be hanging over me at night. If it doesn't want me to say something or talk about my visions that have to do with the presidency, the elections, the COVID thing, anything that's kind of evil, that has evil in it or bad stuff that's happening, I'm not supposed to talk about it. But I need to do these videos because that's what I'm supposed to do, and they don't scare me. I've had things hanging over me at night. I've slept in the other room so I wouldn't bother my husband. Things hanging over me and calling my name. And I know there's nothing there. And when I turn around, it wakes me up. And I'll turn around and nothing's there. And I'll just do the obligatory walk around the house and get a cup of tea because I know there's nothing there. And then I'll have to say prayers. And sometimes I've actually put salt across the board. So anyway, this thing, and then I knew something was coming. And it was probably from nature, and it was probably an attack of some kind. And then COVID hit. And that was it. I knew that was it. So I could cross that one off. Well, I had one last night, and I had just gone to bed. I was lying in my bed, and I just kind of started to drift off. And sometimes I drift off into a meditation because I know how to meditate. I've been doing it for a long time. And I kind of saw myself lying in the bed. Everything was like black and dark. The room was kind of dark, but there was a little light coming in. And I suddenly felt very frightened. And I kind of clenched myself up a little bit, and I sensed that my husband was next to me in the bed. And in this certain state that I can go into that's right next to consciousness that most people can't, where I've seen people who have passed, I've talked to, communicated with them. It's black and white, but it's just as real as daytime. You can see things, you can touch things, you can hear things, you can smell things. And I felt myself like balling up, and I knew my husband was next to me, and I was afraid. Really, really afraid. And I was afraid of my husband. And I have never, ever been, if you know my husband, it was an impossibility because he's the gentlest, sweetest person in the entire world. But I was afraid of the person that was next to me. That was the point. And I couldn't make it go away with my mind, which I usually can. First I thought I was being attacked, because I haven't had a vision in a couple weeks. And I really hadn't said too much. I've gone off the social media, really, basically, because I can't really concentrate on anything but this damn voter fraud thing. And I just lay there, and I was just frozen. Like, I can't get rid of it. I can't pray it away. I can't make it go. It's in my personal space, and I'm scared to death of the person that's closest to me. And when I came out of it, I had this horrible feeling, like really scared. And when I came out of it, I had this sense of dread. Like, I thought, oh my God, this feels just like the other time when I had the warning about COVID. It felt like I was afraid of the person that was closest to me. The people that are closest to you, my family, my husband is closest person, the person I trust the most in the world. And it's the same kind of thing with COVID. You can't get even near to those you love. You're afraid to, because you're afraid you'll pass something or they'll pass something. So in my interpretation, that means we're going to be attacked again. There's going to be another bioweapon via virus, or in other words, we'll be afraid to be close to people again. We'll be attacked again. It wasn't COVID. It was again. So we're going to have another attack. COVID was just the first one. And since COVID came so sweetly from the CCP, I assume that the next one will probably come from the same place, and they'll deny it again. So my husband and I, we're not going to get vaccinated because we had it last spring, pretty early, and we're very cautious about, and I've been virtually isolated, but we're getting vaccinated as soon as possible. Just when this thing does hit, the next one, at least we'll be vaccinated from the first. And he has to be careful, my husband, because he has the tendency to have blood clots. He's on blood thinners, so this can cause blood clots. So we weren't, I feel okay. I had it. I tested for antibodies. They said negative, no antibodies, but I had it. I had it for 2 months. So anyway, I'm just giving this warning, and my husband right away said, I'm getting vaccinated, because he knows that my visions do happen. It's just a matter of time. And I just wanted to say, those people who bailed on Trump supporters, you shouldn't have done that, because he's going to be in the White House this year. And I've seen that in vision too. I've seen him standing bigger than life right in front of the White House. The White House, a blue sky, him and me sitting on the pavement, and we were just staring at each other. And I knew the meaning of that vision. That meant he's coming back to the White House. There was 3 things in the vision. Well, 4. The blue sky, Trump standing bigger than life in front of the White House. No fences, no National Guard, anything. And me, just, I could see from my eyes. I was like on the pavement. And this morning when I told my husband about the thing, I threw up. I'll tell you the truth. I said, I can't go through this again. And he said, because of, and I said, yeah, because of that. And I said, it's making me like sick. I can't believe we're going to have to go through this again. But I just want people to be forewarned. I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. And I also did a reading, and I'll put that on another video because I think this would be too long. So I just want you to know, and it won't hurt if you don't believe it. If you've listened to this point, I do have visions, and I'm going to make another channel because I have many visions about this whole thing, and they have come true, every single one of them. So Trump will be back in the White House, and he will take things under control. And this reading is very accurate, I think, in the future. And it says the same thing. Right now we're going through a bad thing. It says the first card I pulled actually was the stimulus card. I did this the other day, and before it was even known that we were going to get stimulus. And then we have a weak king. We know who that is, Biden. He's not even a king. He's like he's not even a, I wouldn't even put him in the garden. I wouldn't trust him in I'd put him in the basement. And then we have a lot of arguing going on. We can see that. And then we've got leaving, not satisfied, not ever satisfied with anything. Pelosi. She's never satisfied with anything. Everything is an emotional drama episode with her. I hate that woman. Knight of Page of Swords. People that are weak in Congress who just cause problems. They're not even knights. They're just pages. They're weak. They cause aggravation and problems. The moon, deceptions. The moon reverse, secrets, discoveries of things that were supposed to be hidden are being uncovered. This is all going on now. Future. Oh, depression. Yeah. Oh boy. Holding on to money. Hanging on to money. Putting money in the wrong places. Being overly concerned about money in our government. Our government's concerned about our money. Then we've got the Knight of Swords. Migration, immigration, people barging in to our country in a bad way. Knight means travel. It means migration. It means bringing forth. Somebody's charging towards you, and it's not in a good way. They have a sword. This is the immigration problem. The Queen of Swords, Pelosi. All right, then we've got the Magician. We've got some good people here coming, or in the picture. Lynn Wood, the people for Trump, and the people that are trying to get to the bottom of the voter scandal. And you betcha anything. Oh, God, this is one of the worst cards you can get. The Ten of Swords reversed. It has to do with deceptions, backstabbing, trying to backstab, but there's a good person in there with skills. Who can, maybe it's the guy Jovan Pulitzer, who's working on the voter fraud, who we won. I've called the Arizona State Senate to request that the ballot, the audit, the forensic audit be done by this man because he's a genius with computers. I think that's what the Magician, the Bachelor, which is this guy. He's a skilled person who uses his abilities. But then there's a lot of deception again. This thing is full of deceptions. Some getting somewhere, Six of Swords, moving out into stiller waters, calmer waters, a King of Swords, another block. Another John Roberts type block. Yep, we know about that. Then we have Three of Pentacles, documents said to be signed, but not signed. We know John Roberts and all those criminals. But then we have the Nine of Wands. That means carrying your load, carrying your weight, bearing forward, not giving in. The Queen of Batons. That's a woman who is on our side, who brings good news, who's bringing forth messages, new ideas. That could be Sidney Powell. I always felt Sidney Powell is going to be important in there. We know that Judge Barrett is a waste. Then we've got some good cards here. We have the Nine of Cups, which is a good card. Just means happiness. Just really, it's a good card. Wheel of Fortune means things could go either way. King of Coins. That's the Donald. Also, and then we have the Eight of Swords, which is just kind of fighting it out, especially about money. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which means money. A woman who wants money. Money, money, money. She's all about money. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Things are getting better here. Ten of Pentacles, which means house, home, property, the White House. Then we have the Seven of Swords reverse, which means insecurities. The Three of Swords reverse. People fighting back and forth. The Two of Wands means forging ahead. The Fool is actually, it's not the Fool. It's the first card in the deck. It's the card that I have to tell you this little story, but not right now. It's the Fool. It's the person who's willing to jump forth, do things that aren't supposed to be done that way. This is the Donald Trump card. It's not the meaning he's a fool. It means he's willing. He doesn't even have a number. He's himself. He just goes ahead and he barrels ahead. This is the card I pulled the day before we found out who won the election. The card, I flipped the cards. I said, let me find out before we turn on the news. And I flipped the cards, and this fell to the floor. And I said, oh my God, Trump won. And I didn't even vote for him. And I said, Trump won. He said, and Bobby said, how do you know? I said, because this came up. This is his card. He won. He's in the picture. There are forces working behind the scenes, forces, psychic forces, spiritual forces working. The High Priestess, reversed, unseen. The Star, hope. Things coming true, ideas, hope, cards. Eight of Pentacles, working towards something. The Tower, everything's going to crash this year. Everything's going to be exposed and crash. The Empress reverse. Sidney Powell is going to come boom. She's going to reveal. The Lovers reverse. Lots of liaisons are going to be beaten up. They're going to be split up. People are going to be found out. Near the Tower card, it means the lovers, all these little snicks and criminal little activity people who are in their little things are going to be cut up. They're going to be found out and torn apart and thrown away, thrown into jail. All their little liaisons are coming apart. And the Empress is right in the middle of them. A woman, a strong, powerful woman, is going to be harsh on them. The Empress, she's a very strong woman. And she is a communicator. She's a woman who knows how to speak. And then we have the Six of Cups, which means happiness at home. Children in a good way. Children being helped. This immigration problem is going to it's going to ease itself out. All the bad stuff about the trafficking, children are going to be helped. The Six of Cups, it has to do with children. And it's in a good position. Judgment, Judgment. That means there will be decisions, good decisions made about the problem of child trafficking and children. Then we have the Eight of Cups, which is a good card. And then the Two of Pentacles, which means an evening of things out. Donald Trump will end up back in the White House. The immigration problem with the children will be, there will be judgments made, good judgments. Liaisons that don't work, that are bad, will fall apart. There will be, the audit in Maricopa will be done by Pulitzer. He's a skilled person. There's good queens in here, and there's nasty queens. We know who the nasty queens are. And the useless people, the people who have been holding their little hell things together, the evil will be weeded out. But first we have to get through these. First the stimulus comes, then the arguments, then the lies, the deceptions. This isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. Pelosi's in here. They're all in here. But then the cards start to get better and better and better. And the Tower card is one of the worst cards in the deck. If it gets near a certain other card, and it does. And a woman is going to be very instrumental in breaking the whole up. So there's going to be some good women in there. And there's going to be some skilled people. And a lot of these liaisons that are horrible for this country are going to be broken up. And Trump is going to be back in the White House this year. So I thought I'd share that. I know this is a very long video, and I'm sorry. I wasn't planning to make it long. But anyway, that's my thing. And we're going to be hit again with another. So do what you have to do. Get your vaccination. I wasn't going to get one, but, you know, whatever. So I wish you a good day. Yes, I'm a witch. I am also a Christian. And I care about everybody. And I will see you another time. And many blessings. And don't give up. Never give up. Be a Trumper.